Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and I'm welcoming you to my review of Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. We are returning back to DreamWorks. I don't know if you can see it in the video. Let me try. Yeah, DreamWorks. So we're returning to DreamWorks, folks, with Win a Date with Tad Hamilton from 2004. Now, this movie has Kate Bosworth, Topher Grace, Josh Duhamel. This also has Sean Hayes and Nathan Lane. It also has Octavia Spencer and Greta Goodwin, and others. So, How to Win a Date? Not that. The movie should have been called How to Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, not Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. But it's called Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Yeah. So, anyways, what did I think of this movie? Well, the movie was directed by Robert Lukatic. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He actually directed a movie called Legally Blonde, as says on the front of the cover, from the director of Legally Blonde. Now, I was not a fan of Legally Blonde when it came out. So what did I think of How to Win a Date with Tad Hamilton? Average, but let's talk about Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Let's talk about the movie. Here's the plot. Imagine being your favorite big screen idol and he winds up idolizing you. That's what happens when Rosalie, a starstruck small town girl who wins a date with a handsome Hollywood hunk, Tad Hamilton, and while it may be Rosalie's dream come true, it means complete chaos to her best friend Pete. And for her best friend Pete, he's the boy back home who desperately, hopelessly, and secretly in love with her too. Yeah, the movie has to deal with her in love with Tad Hamilton and Pete. I believe his name, Pete Monash, according to the front of it. According to the front of the DVD, his name tag. But anyways, so they work at a place called, get this, Piggly Wiggly Grocery Store. Yes. I kind of relate to this movie because I work at a grocery store. I push carts there. So I relate to kind of what these two are. So right at the beginning, Rosalie and Pete are at the movie theater watching the latest film with Tad Hamilton. So Tad Hamilton puts up this contest to see if you can win a date with Tad Hamilton. So enter Tad Hamilton, which is Josh Duhamel, and he's this like hunk, but he's also kind of a doofus. He also has his agent. Nathan Lane plays his agent, and Sean Hayes plays his, manager. So basically, he comes up with the contest, so he basically comes with a contest to basically get a part in a movie. That's essentially that. Well, I don't want to say this is a bad idea. It was produced by Douglas Wick and Lucy Fisher. I'm trying to see who wrote this. It was written by Victor Levine. I'm not sure who he is. So, yeah, and basically now they're trying to see if he can get any roles. Well, a role in this. So she wins the contest and heads out to California, but the gist is he's there to just get the role. So yeah, I liked the first half. I wasn't a fan of the middle half, but I did like how the third half, the third, I believe the first or second half, the third act in the movie, I did like the climax. So basically, he decides he wants to leave Hollywood behind. So after the contest, Tad decides to come to where Rosalie lives, and he bought a house. So basically now he's trying to show off. That part did make me laugh, but the whole parallel between both characters, is she going to date, is she going to have a relationship with Tad, is she going to go back with Pete? So she has to make the decision. So basically now Tad's just showing off. So Pete is showing teaching Tad how to milk a cow. One problem is Tad already knows how to milk a cow, and then he gets jealous. So he's teaching him how to cut wood. So what does Tad do? He yanks his shirt off. He goes shirtless, and Topher Grace, who plays Pete, also goes shirtless, but he has a hard time chopping firewood. So Tad chops it really good, and that did make me kind of chuckle a lot. And the problem, again, I have to say, is the Tad Hamilton character. He's kind of a goof, but he's sort of a likable goof. I don't really know, but it goes between one or the other. Octavia Spencer also plays a co-worker. I did look at the cast, and apparently I must have missed this, but Amy Smart is in this movie. She plays the nurse, which I was like, I did not know that. I must have missed something. So, yeah, this has it has a decent soundtrack in the movie. It has Liz Perez, who has probably the worst song. She did a song called Why Can't I? I just was never a fan of that song. Now, early Liz Perez, I do like a lot. Supernova, Blank and Run, I did like that song. So I like early Liz Perez, just not that song. It's the problem I had with Sheryl Crow when she did Soaking Up the Sun. I didn't like that song, but early stuff I do like a lot. So, but that's not really much. There's a John Mayer song which I do like. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Gary Cole, the guy from Office Space, portrays her dad. And yeah, so trying to think of anything else in this movie. I do like, now I will say this is, I like rom-coms and think, in fact, Topher Grace did a better job in a movie called In Good Company, which I did cover on the channel, and I thought he was excellent in that movie. I just don't think Topher Grace is in the right script. It all falters into the script. Josh Duhamel is talented. He was great in that Stephen King special I watched that's on Netflix. I think it's like 11/30/62. He was really good in that. So Josh Duhamel is really good. He can be really good if he's given the right script. Unfortunately, this is not that movie. But because I did like the ending, I kind of like this movie. I'm not saying this movie's bad. There are some good moments. Like I said, the first half I liked a lot. I thought it was going to be like the first half. When we got to the middle of the movie, I felt it kind of got very boring because I just think Tad Hamilton is kind of an unlikable character. But when we got to the final third of the movie, basically, without spoiling anything, Tad gets the role. He gets the part in the film. But deciding that I want to be with Rosalie. So it's like, I'm going to have to drop out the role. And now his agent is frustrated. So he tells her, will you go with me? I will take the role if you decide you want to go with me. It's up to you. And said, can you guys give me a moment? So without giving anything away, he takes the role, and then she goes along with him to California for the shoot. So I'm not going to give away how that's one of the endings, but that's not the total ending. Although I was in the deleted scenes, apparently Paris Hilton is in this movie, only in deleted scenes. I don't know if the director decided it wasn't going to work, but there is an alternate ending. It doesn't say alternate ending, but it is the alternate ending of how it turned out. Because I felt the ending was kind of weak. Like, I don't know. The ending, it's a decent ending, but I just think it's a weak ending compared to this movie, compared to what it is. So I think that's really about it with the movie, without being too long in the review. I'm sure it's probably going to be long. But at the end of the day, Win a Date with Tad Hamilton is just average. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just okay. This isn't I'll say this. I came up with a new thing. This isn't good but okay movie. It's a good but flawed movie. I'll just say that. It's average, it's flawed, it's okay, it's good. I'm not saying this movie's bad. I'm just saying there's tons of other rom-coms that I could be watching. It's better than something like Legally Blonde. It's better than How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's better than any of the rom-coms that come out like the 2002s, 2003s, and 2004s. I'll give it credit to this. I do like Josh Duhamel, and I think he's a really good actor. I think he can be good. He was also in a show called Las Vegas. He can be really good if he's given the right script. This just wasn't it. But the biggest problem again is I wasn't a fan of Legally Blonde, and though I think it's better than Legally Blonde, it's the same thing with How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That movie was not very good. But this movie, at least, I think if I give this a second go, just as myself, I could probably appreciate this more as I watch it. It's a stacked cast. It's a great cast, don't get me wrong. It's a really good cast. I like the fact that they work at a grocery store called the Piggly Wiggly, and I kind of was like, that kind of rhymes, and that's kind of catchy. But the soundtrack's really good. So there are some good things. But those are very few and far between of what I think is just an average movie. Not a bad movie, not a horrible movie, just average. So let's go ahead and rate this right now. I'm going to give Win a Date with Tad Hamilton a 3 out of 5. It's just average, guys. It's not horrible, it's not bad, it's not awful, it's just average. It's okay for what it is for the time period that this movie came out. This came out in 2004. Topher Grace was still on that 70s show, and he was starting to become a movie star. But like I said again, I would honestly, if you wanted a good Topher Grace rom-com, go watch In Good Company. That movie shows you how good he can be in a rom-com. I love that movie. That movie is great, and I can recommend that. And I did review it on the channel, so if you want to check that review out, it's somewhere in the channel. But as far as this movie is, it's just average, guys. So, yeah. I'm going to say, if you are interested in checking this movie out, it's not a total time waster. Win a Date with Tad Hamilton is not it's not a dumpster fire. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not even that long. It's an hour and 37 minutes, so it goes by pretty fast. At times I felt a little bored, but give it a chance. You might get something out of it more than I did with this, but it's not horrible. Like I said, I think if I give this a second viewing, I'm going to keep this, so I am going to give this a second viewing just as myself. Maybe my mind might change, but until then, it's just an average movie. So I guess Win a Date with Tad Hamilton is sort of a winner in my books. So that's my review of Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the content channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all the video notifications so you don't miss a single video on the channel. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys. You can check me out there as well. Tons of really good content. Tons of content on my channel. And like from Universal videos to Vlog City. Tons of other stuff. So don't hesitate to head to the channel and see what you guys like on the channel. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss on any of the video notifications you get on the channel. So anyways, yeah, so Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, I guess check it out. It's not great. It's not great. It's just an average movie. But I will say it's just average. So that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies.